You are now tuned in to the motherfucking Ambition Hour podcast on Worth the Wait Radio. You ready?
5, 4.
Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl, AuDii 3000, and it's episode 45! I am so excited. I can't believe it. Fucking 45 episodes, and I'm so excited. I have Hav back in the building with me on audio visual.
Dubs up, big dubs up, Dub T Dub Saturday.
I'm so excited because he's back. He's with me again. If you watched last week's episode, you remember that we didn't have him, and it was just a girl. So it's good to have him back. I just want to say thank you to everybody who tuned into last week's episode. Last week's episode was a lot of fun for me because I was by myself, so I got to speak a little bit more personal with you guys. If you catch that episode, I appreciate that. Quickly, somebody commented on the video about Anuel AA and how he was like signed to Maybach. Really? And I just want to say, I just want to tell him thank you for having told me that, like in the comments. I can't remember the name right now, but I'm gonna find it. But yeah, so I just want to say thank you to he's one of the he listens to the show. He's a fan of the show, so he's been watching it, and he just gave me like some information that I was just like, oh, I have to share that with everybody.
Big
because
shout
out. Like I'm dog out. He was trying to help your girl because your girl don't be knowing some things sometimes. But yeah, so shout out to him and shout out to everybody else who tuned into last week's episode. His name is Gio Hurtado. So shout out to you. Thank you so much for having commented on that and letting me know that, he was signed to Maybach Music. That's pretty dope, right?
I didn't even know that. That's
I didn't
really
know
dope.
that. I love when you guys teach me shit because that's what we're here for. We're here to teach from each other. So thank you. And I just wanted to say this is another Dub T Dub Saturday. Hello.
Dubs up.
What is this like? Saturday? It could be already Saturday 50. No.
I'm not sure. Damn. Let me double check.
We might have to check that and let you guys know. But if this is your first time tuning into the Ambition Hour podcast, or if you didn't know, we have WTW Saturdays. Now, what are WTW Saturdays? Now, we drop a new video, a new song, and a new podcast. Every
Saturday.
Every single Saturday, we drop a new song, a new video, and a new podcast. Very humbly. It's not easy, trust me.
This is the 49th.
It's the 49th week of Dub T Dub Saturday, 45th episode of the Ambition Hour podcast. Grateful. So now, if you want to join the Dub T Dub fam, all you have to do is just hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell on the side, and then you're subscribed. Then you're part of the Dub T Dub fam. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud or Apple, thank you so very much for listening. That's WTW Radio on SoundCloud and Apple. And on WTW TV is WTW TV on YouTube. So shout out to everybody who watches us. And if you want full access to all WTW Worth the Wait records, you can tune into the website, WTWrecords.com. You'll find links to everything there.
Always perfectly done. Thank you, Claudia.
always. You can get merchandise there. There's direct links to everything, to the new video, the new podcast, the new song. Everything is there. So if you want a one-stop shop of everything WTW, you just go to WTWrecords.com and just show some love, show some support. We appreciate all of that. And this week, we dropped a song called Watch Your Mouth by Laidback Sosa. It's featuring an artist. Now, if I say this wrong, please let your girl know. But the name is Gause. It's Gause. So if you know how to say it, or if it's you, let me know how to say it.
St. Louis, stand the fuck up.
And he's from St. Louis, so that's what's up. And then we also dropped a video by Hav and CAB called No Time. I saw the video.
I promise you.
Dope as F. You know what I mean? Like, awesome. Hav with the editing skills, though. I need to, we gotta let these people know the price is going up. But yeah, I just want to say shout out to Hav for having edited that video. It was awesome because we were watching an interview with OT Genesis because he was on Drink Champs. Shout out to that episode and for them allowing, you know, younger generation rappers.
What up, EFN?
Yeah, shout out to EFN. You know, he's family of the show. He's been on the show. So we're very grateful for that. But OT Genesis said that the person who's in charge of basically the video is the editor. So it's cool because Hav is the artist and the editor. So guess what? That shit came out bomb. So so yeah, so make sure that you check those two things out. It's WTW Saturday, so let's get started. This week, like I said last week, was the Art Basel weekend. And pretty much Art Basel is like from Wednesday till Sunday, and it's like art exhibits and there's art from all over the world, and it's a really it's like a lot of stuff. I didn't know what I was getting myself into until I went yesterday. And yesterday I get there, and first I can't find parking. Second, the parking that I would find was only accepting cash. Like, this is 2018, guys. Like, we need, can I cash app you? Can I give you $10 and then I take some cash out? Like, we got to do something. I don't know. But Miami is very well known for traffic. I was noticing that even if it's not that far, like if it's more than 2 to 3 miles, it's definitely going to take you 20 minutes or more to get anywhere.
Oh, that's a fact. Like
anywhere. There's so much traffic in Miami. I love it. But that's one of the things I was so hesitant about going. Like that was something that I was having a conversation about with one of my coworkers. It was just like, I want to go, but just like thinking about sitting in traffic and then having to find parking, and people don't really know how to drive. And it's not that people don't know how to drive, it's just that everybody is trying to get to where they need to get. You know what I mean? And we are not, because I can't just say they, because I know myself, I do some shady shit in traffic. You know, and that's the thing. And then it's like a Miami thing. In Miami, like, one of the things, is a Spanish saying that says, si no te tiras, no vas, or something like that, right? Like, you gotta te tener que tirar. And so that means that, you know, you have to kind of throw yourself out there, because if you don't go, then you're never gonna go. So that's that side of Miami that you guys don't get to hear.
I promise you, I got no time to even sit in traffic.
Yeah, bruh, sitting in traffic. Like, okay, so that was cool. But what happened was that day I found out, shout out to EFN, he posted on his Instagram that Tiana Taylor was going to be performing at the Revolt House. So I'm like, I gotta be there. Like, Tiana, like, I have to be there. And so that was the plan to go. The plan was to go to see the Tiana Taylor concert. So when we finally find parking, which was funny because I saw Rory, like getting a Rory from the Joe Budden podcast. Shout out to Joe Budden. I saw him like, I saw him walking, and I like called Hav right away. I was like, yo, I just saw Rory. And then you know how sometimes you think that you think you see somebody, and it's like, nah, that was him. Like 100%, that was him.
No one got that shape head.
Like, that was him. And then I was like, he's not my friend. Like, I feel like I know him, but he's not my friend. I can't just roll my window down. Talk about,
yo, Rory.
Yo, Rory. What's good with you? Like,
that's like that girl. There was an AO Mall.
The one in the live show. For real. No, but so that was pretty cool, like, to have seen him. And then when we finally get parking, but what I noticed was that there was like streets closed off. Now, yeah, like if you are not familiar with the Wynwood area, it's like a street of like bars and food, and like they have food trucks sometimes, and there's like a whole bunch of walls painted, and it's a beautiful sight. Like it's gorgeous. It's Wynwood is normally just already like that, but now it's like people were on 10 yesterday. The police were on 10.
No, it's OD when it's our business.
Yeah, the outfits were crazy. And the thing is that I went a couple years back, probably like in 2011 or something like that, and it was not like that. Like, they had streets closed off. Like, that shit was crazy. Like, there was mad police out there.
The hype is out.
It was insane, but there was so many people. It was so much fun. There was a lot of music, and there was like people playing the instruments outside. There was a dude freestyling, shouted us out like what? I had stickers. I was putting them everywhere. I had a really good time. I ended up at Wood Tavern, so that was dope as fuck. I told you guys I would share my Art Basel experience, and then I did talk about the events that I was going to be attending. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to them. At least, I mean, there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow because it does end tomorrow. But you know that was just something that like I was just like I just want to go and experience it. So the purpose was to go to the Tiana Taylor concert, but the line was ridiculously long. Like, and I'm a firm believer in, being at a concert pretty early so that way you get a good spot in the line and it's all good. But then it didn't register to me like that there would be that much of a long line. Like I always think that people like I'm the only one who likes her. You know what I mean? Like I guess that's just that's the way that of thinking that was wrong. But it ended up making a great night, so that was awesome. There was a lot of people, like I said, mad traffic, all that good stuff. I realized that by 12 something I had to leave. It was like getting that time. The girl had to go. So for sure. So that was the experience that I had. It was pretty cool. I also saw somebody else who was like I call like my future husband all the time, which is MIA Fitness. And then like it was so funny because all this shit that I be talking like, oh, that's my future husband and this and that. I see him, nothing, no hello, no nothing, like nothing at all. That could have been my chance. I could have been the future Mrs. MIA Fitness, and I lost my opportunity. It's all good though. It's not meant to be.
Next time. Next time.
It's because you see what had happened was no, but it's all good. But yeah, it was just cool because I'm pretty sure I saw like this DJ too called DJ Camilo. I usually see him like I know about him just because I know he's like a Latino DJ and he's been around for a long time. So I swore that I saw him. So I wonder if it was him. But yeah, so shout out to everything that was going down, all the people that went out. Thankfully there was not a lot of bad vibes, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. And so last week, was the Global Citizen Festival in South Africa.
Ooh.
And it was a celebration of like Nelson Mandela's 100th year of like, birth, like his birthday. And so it was just like basically to raise awareness, for like poverty, and I'm trying to like just raise money. And so the headliners, well, some of them included Pharrell. Usher was also a headliner. And there was like some African artists, like one of the artists that I saw, he was, I think he was a South African artist, and he went gold in one day.
Oh, so what were they celebrating?
It's okay. So it was Nelson Mandela's like 100th year birthday. And so so usually like this festival raises money for like a good cause because it's like global citizens, so it's just like a person who's doing good for the world and just making the world a better place. And so the one of the biggest headliners was Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Hey.
And so I knew about this because I think the announcement of them performing at the what you call it, them performing at the festival, they were announcing it when they were on tour or whatnot. And so I knew about it for a while. And then I don't know what made me, well, obviously the Beehive always pops up on my thing because I'm part of, the Beehive. But I don't sting. I'm nice. I don't sting. I'm not going to argue with you about who I already know is the best. So, but yeah, so, Jay-Z and Beyonce were the headliners, and something that they did was they only, there was like an announcement that came out that they were only allowing people to watch 25 minutes of their show. And so I found out about this. I was hurt because I loved Coachella. Like Baychella was my favorite. So I was just like, I'm going to have another I'm going to have another Baychella to look at now. Like this is going to be so perfect. I'm so excited. But then I find out the news about it being only 25 minutes that they're letting us see it. And I'm like, dang it. Really, Jay and Beyonce? Now, the reason why they were only doing the 25 minutes is for a good reason. When they said that, I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I'm sad that I'm not gonna be able to see it like professionally, but I know I'm gonna be able to see it on social media. Like, that's like like just because they don't stream it doesn't mean that it's not gonna get out. I hate to break it to you. I'm waiting on that YouTube video though, the one they had at Baychella. Someone gotta have the the global citizen one out there, and I'm gonna find out about it, and then I'm gonna post it on my story, and then nobody gonna watch it. Like, I'm trying to help y'all out. But yeah, so then the global citizen. So what the reason why I got too excited, because like I just thought about the video and how that shit's gonna be so dope, like because I remember I saw it, like I set up my phone to screen record the whole performance. I was running back and forth between my fucking house.
I was trying to be the plug.
I was trying to be the plug, but then I'm like, I ain't the plug, like I'm gonna just keep this for myself, you know what I mean? Like, or then, like, I even just posted it, like, on my Instagram, like, on the Ambition Hour Podcast Instagram. So I had a screen recording because I didn't know, like, how I was going to be able to get it again. I don't know. I was just so ahead of myself. I was running around my house, turning on one TV, turning off another, having my phone screen recording, then worrying that my phone wasn't screen recording, and then going. It was so crazy, but it was so worth it. Like, I saw it, and, like, I got tears in my eyes. Like, it was real. Like, it was so real. I swear I am not missing them when they come back in tour. But yeah, so the reason why they were not doing the entire show was because they felt that the people who are truly global citizens, which are the ones that are at the festival.
Here come this shit.
Exactly. But I honestly think those people paid for that. I think they paid to be there. You know, it's like, because
I'm pretty sure one of them littered while they were there.
No, it's not about what the global citizen is. Well, the global citizen is about defeating poverty
and being a good citizen. Goddammit.
He said littering,
and littering is not part of that.
Oh my god, I'm so dead. So according to Rolling Stones magazine, the tribute brings in a pledged total of $7 billion. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of like zeros.
That's a lot of McChickens.
This man really said that. So yeah, that's pretty dope. All-star benefit, starring Beyonce and Jay-Z, raked in funds to aid the United Nations anti-poverty effort. Her outfits slayed. Everything slayed. Like, so much life. The outfits. I was on Beyonce.com earlier today and just in love with everything that I saw and all the pictures that were featured on the website. That was pretty cool. Jay-Z's birthday was on Tuesday. Hey, Sagittarius. I love y'all, but not really. So it was Jay-Z's birthday. Bro, that picture.
Yeah, let's talk about that growth.
I know, right? Like, he has changed so much. Like, that picture, like, it just shows me so much about, like, how much he's changed, how much he has grown. Like, the glow up is real. I mean, he was really handsome as a young man. I'm gonna say it. But I feel like now he's just changed so much as a man. He's a dad now. He's a husband. He's now a billionaire. You know, he has title. He's an entrepreneur. He's a lot of things, and his legacy is just so wide and deep because of who he's helped, of who he's become, of the doors that he has opened for so many people. And like, that day I was just like, yo, Jay-Z, man, like, top 5. And like, he's been in my top 5 for a very long time, and I keep fighting because I don't have it in any order because they're all number 1 in my head. If you don't know my top 5 favorite rappers, that is, you guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, is my 5 top favorite rappers, right? Yeah. 5 top favorite rappers.
There you go.
Are Jay-Z, Kanye West, Common, Have, and there's one more. Biggie. That's my 5. But that's not in chronological order. It was just a coincidence. Jay-Z's birthday, so I said him first. But yeah, so he's one of my favorite rappers. So I was just like listening to his albums, and then I'm like, yo, what are like Jay-Z's top 5 albums?
Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, American Gangster, 444, and the Black Album.
That's your top 5.
Oh, I would just say I think maybe Jay will say that too.
You think Jay will say that too? Have you heard Jay say that?
No, but I know him personally. No, I'm kidding. But he actually did rate his albums once.
He did. Yeah. Reasonable Doubt was number 1.
Reasonable Doubt was number 1. And I know American Gangster was ranked high up there too. So and that's one
American
of my favorite
Gangster
albums.
That's one of my favorite albums as well.
Yeah, and then I love the Black Album, Blueprint. You know, like shit. The one toss-up probably could be 444, and then you could change.
I feel like I could swap out 444 for another one.
You could even do that. Yeah. Pick one.
Yeah, he has so many albums.
Pick one.
He has so many dope ass albums, and I guess because also like when I started attending his concerts, I've been to 4 of Jay-Z's concerts. So around that time, American Gangster had come out. Blueprint 3 had come out. So he was performing a lot of his this was like his tour coming back. You know what I mean? Because he had retired. He came back wearing the 4-5. Hint. Yeah. So it was just pretty cool to like kind of just celebrate him, listen to his music. I was listening to American Gangster, so I mean I agree with the list that Have said, except I would take out 444 and I would have to look at the list of albums and kind of see, because one of the ones that's coming to my mind is Kingdom Come, and then that's just because I was just so happy that he came back, like I was just so happy that he came back that that would be one of my favorite albums, and it's also one of the albums that he has Usher in and that I loved, and that he had that song with John Legend, the Do You Wanna Ride, and that shit, the prelude, and man, okay, so I think I would definitely add Kingdom Come to that list, even though other people would probably think otherwise, but yeah, I ain't changing that. So shout out to Jay-Z, happy birthday, Hove. And you just heard like our top 5 favorite Jay-Z albums. If you have a top 5 Jay-Z albums list, go ahead and share it in the comment section. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud or Apple, drop it in the comment section. Let us know what's up. Let us know which one's your favorite. What are your favorite 5? If maybe you have one, share it with us in the comment section and let us know. Or you can DM me. However, just let me know. I want to know.
Let a player know.
Let a player know what's really going on. But yeah, so that was easier than I actually thought. That was easier than I thought. So that was pretty cool. Thank you for your help on that, Have. That's why. You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is why. He's not just my brother, but he's my audiovisual. He got my back. Shares the same. We connected.
All day, baby.
And so last week you guys heard me talk about the Meek Mill album and hearing how much I loved it and still love it. I'm obsessed with it. I was supposed to be listening to the Lil Baby album and the Trey Songz album, but unfortunately those have not gotten heard.
What happened?
Yeah, I just can't let go of the Meek album. Like, that Meek album got me championships. If you haven't heard it, please make sure that you listen to it. It is such a good album. All the songs on there are dope. I talked about that last week, but what I really want to talk about is the Meek's press run. Like, Meek's press run is like unstoppable. Every time that I go to YouTube, there is something new about this man talking. And he's not just talking about his album. He's not just talking about, like, he's talking about some real shit. He's talking about prison reform. He's like on CNN. Then he's on ESPN the next day. And then he's like on, it is so funny. And it's so awesome to see that that's happening. And like, and I know that he doesn't like interviews because he made sure that they knew in the Breakfast Club that, like, I don't like interviews. Like, that I guess I guess that he didn't want to do the Breakfast Club.
Look at his face.
His face is everything.
That was after a Charlemagne question.
That was after a Charlemagne question. It's funny because the Breakfast Club is like when I first started watching the interview, I watched the one with Angie Martinez, which I loved because Angie bro, she's goals, man. Y'all know how I feel about Angie Martinez. So anything that she says as anything is like yes. How else should I say that, Miss Angie? You know what I mean? Like whatever she says is gold. But just like the Breakfast Club interview, it was just funny because he was just like, I don't like doing interviews and this and that. He's like, I don't know why people want to like hear me or hear what I gotta say. And then like Angela Lee was just like, oh, like there's people that, they want to know what you got going on, what you're, how you're feeling about the album and things like that. And then they would ask him certain questions, and then they would like ask certain things in like a way that would like kind of like, he's just like, you see, that's how I end up clickbait and like all this shit. And it was just funny the way that he was reacting to those questions. And then seeing him like and like CNN and then just talking like and then he's just the same person in all of them, and I love that. And then I feel like it's just a cool way to, I guess, like promote this album. You know what I mean? Like, just like this is like a pretty cool way, because this is like, you see what you see is like criminal reform for rapper. Oh, and then of course he's going to talk about championships on everything. They're going to mention that when they bring him onto the show, or when they bring him onto the segment or whatever it is, they're going to be bringing it up. So that's pretty cool that that's going on, and that because the message in his album is so good. What he talks about is so nice. And one of my favorite things is that because like Charlamagne was like, oh well, I like songs like this, like championships and Cold Hearted too and shit like that. He's just like, well, I wasn't making 24/7 for Charlamagne. If you don't know, 24/7 is the episode that is with, I mean the episode 24/7 is the song that is with LMA. And that song is sampled the Me, Myself, and I by Beyonce. Which at first I was just like, what the fuck is this? But then now when I hear it, I'll be like, oh my god, this shit is so dope. There's the way that they like just, I don't know. I've been like, I was forcing that album on my sister yesterday because I was like, you gotta listen to this album. Like, what are you doing not having listened to this album? But yeah, so that his press run has been pretty cool. I can imagine that it's probably annoying to be talking about the same thing over and over again. So that's why it's cool to see him go to different things, because different places are going to ask him different questions. But yeah, so that's pretty funny. That's shout out to Meek. You know what I mean? Like, we're very fortunate to have him back, to be out here making music. I did post a picture in my story the other day when I went to a Meek Mill, Pusha, and Wale concert like in 2011, and it's crazy to see just the growth. I'm trying to go to see him in February. You down or not, Hav?
That's right.
Tickets are like $50 or something like that. It's in February. It's in Miami at the Fillmore. If you're in the Miami area, it's in February. Check the dates on his website. I'm pretty sure they're there. I think on Live Nation too. I was looking at them. General admission. What's up? Your girl about to be in there like swimwear with Hav. What up? Let us know if you're down to go to the Meek Mill concert. Let's meet up or something.
Hey, Ambition Hour meetup.
Hey, Ambition Hour meetup at a concert. Say what now? I ain't mad at that, because I'm that's the thing. Like, Nick, you gotta plan. We don't just plan the Ambition Hour podcast, but we plan concerts out here too.
Facts.
Like, who we gonna go see next? I was looking at footage from the Lupe concert yesterday.
Now you.
That Lupe concert was dope. We were so close. It was so cool. I was showing my sister. She's like, you were so close. I'm like, you know how I do, girl. So this past week, okay. So this week was pretty interesting in hip hop. A lot of interesting things happened. Cardi and Offset. Well, Cardi made an announcement saying that her and Offset were no longer good.
Her and Mr. Set.
Her and Mr. Set. Are no longer good, and so that they were like talking about getting a divorce or whatnot. And something that I like noticed was that, so she says that, and people are like, finally, or like, well, we already knew, or like things like that. That like that's sad. But the reason why we knew, it's not because like we don't want them to succeed. It's just we know the type of man that he is. You know what I mean? Like, he's not faithful. He hasn't been faithful. That's been like more than, you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that just happened now and now she's like automatically like, saying no. It's just like it's happened more than one time, and it's been humiliating. Like, she's going to court because she fought women who he was having like an affair with or something like that. Like, you're a married man. Like, how is it that you have a daughter and you're doing this to your wife? And then like one of the girls that I guess he was like having an affair with was like crying and saying that she broke up the home and that wasn't her intention, like all this stuff. And it's like I get it. Like, I'm not against women having sexual relations with whoever the fuck that they want, because listen, girl, handle your business. Go and do what you want to do. Do it however, with whoever. But also, if a man is married, just have respect for yourself as a woman, like, to not overstep that boundary. And like, just try to like maybe see it like as if it were you on the other end. Like, you wouldn't want that for yourself. So I just felt like with the way that people were reacting, some of it was good, some of it was bad. Some people are saying it's only for publicity because Offset is coming out with an album.
That album doesn't even come out.
The album's coming out next week. It's coming out this week. And then, yeah, okay, but the way that I'm seeing it is that, like, and maybe because I'm so quick to take the woman's side, but this is why I take the woman's side, because this is how I see it. I see it as, all right, she's going to court right now. Not only is she going to court for having like assaulted a woman, like two girls or whatnot, but then she's also she has a daughter. She is working her ass off. She's working nonstop. She's working nonstop. She's a mother. She's performing, and then her man is out here performing and then cheating on her. Like, he's working hard and he's doing all of this shit too, but like you can't even be faithful. Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. That just blows my mind. So that's how I see it. I see it like, yo, imagine how she feels. Like, if we're humiliated for her, imagine how she feels about everything that is going on, about everything that is popping off, about how, Cardi is stupid, but right now she's in the best time in her career. You know what I mean? Like, so they're saying that she's dumb for staying with this man, or dumb for even announcing it on her Instagram. And it's just like, she's always been real with us. So why would she stop being real with us about something that's very big? I don't know. So that was just something that like I noticed that was happening. And then like how they would keep catching her like out in the like go out in the clubs or whatnot, and then like saying that she's unbothered. And it's like I don't feel like that shows that she's unbothered. I just feel like that just shows the strength that she has. As women, we have that strength of like, yeah, we may be going through something, but at the same time, we are, we're still moving forward. We're being strong. We're holding our shit together, and we're, because that's just something that we face. And I know men do the same thing, but with men, it's not as, I guess there's not as much like spotlight on that either. Like, but then it's also like not, I don't want to say this, but I don't want to say this and it come out the wrong way, because my intention isn't to make it look like that. My intention is more along the lines of, at least from what I see in social media and what I see in the public, not a lot of women are cheating. Or at least not a lot of women are getting caught, because you don't really hear like, actor Brad Pitt was cheated on last week, and he's totally heartbroken, or he's totally like out, like partying, and like they just see it as like he's just trying to numb away the pain or something like that. I don't know, but that's just what I see. That's what I'm noticing. And that's just maybe, if you see it a different way, I would love to know how you see it. I just think that like she's just being a strong ass woman. She's being the best role model that she can for her daughter, and just moving forward, because at the end of the day, like, you want to show your daughter that a man treating you that way isn't the right way, and you staying with him doesn't show your daughter anything. It doesn't show her strength. It doesn't show anything. So yeah, that's just that was just the whole thing with the Cardi and Offset thing. Hopefully they work it out and just move forward. Something good came out of this little divorce announcement. We got to see baby Culture. And she's so cute. She looks just like her sister. She looks just like Cardi's sister. Someone says that she also looks like DC Young Fly's daughter.
I haven't seen his daughter.
His daughter is so cute too. But yeah, so we finally got to see baby Culture, and she's adorable with her little cheeks. She's so cute. I'm so happy she waited. That was awesome that she waited. I felt like that was really important, because you see, like, but at the same time, the Kardashians are very different, because you've seen the Kardashians since they were like little ass babies, and now they're like 9 months, 10 months and shit like that. So you basically have seen them grown. But the Kardashians are, a little less private than that. I would think. Because, they get paid to basically be on, they don't get paid to be on Instagram, but that's us knowing their life is basically what pays their bills, to be quite honest with you guys. Something that I was thinking about today, which I did not plan on talking about this, but this is something that I was thinking about in the bathroom. Yeah, I'll be having them intellectual thoughts in the bathroom.
Get ready, y'all.
And so I was just thinking about how okay, because the way that I see like the Kris Jenner and like their her life, she was married to a lawyer, and it's kind of like, oh, my mom, like, she just really just stays home and works, or like she just stays home or something like that. Like the whole like LA like Calabasas like vibe, like stay at home mom. That's what I feel like the Kardashians are. And that's why I think we're so in love, like, people are so in love with them, because they kind of, like, give off that lifestyle. Like, they don't really do anything, but then they do. So it's kind of like, it's, I don't know. I just feel like that's a pretty cool little thing little hack that they did. Because that's what a lot of women want. A lot of women want to be staying home with their kids and, spending time with their family, chilling in the pool. And I noticed that that's what they show a lot on the show. Like, them being together and doing shit together and being in the pool with their kids and trampolines and slides and like, I don't know. I think that's just pretty it's pretty cool. Something that also happened this week with Travis. Did you hear about that shit that happened with Travis though?
Yeah. Did you see what I saw?
Yes. So I get a video it's a picture of Travis Scott with another woman, right? And so my friend and I, we see it and we're observing it and we're like, that's not Travis. Like, we did not believe it. So we dropped it. What did you think when you saw that picture?
I low-key believed it.
You believed it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like look at it too much, but then I saw it and I was just like, oh well, damn.
There goes another one.
They caught him. That's how I looked at it, and kind of how like I felt when I saw it. I didn't really look into it. But then I follow the guy who does that, or like I'm subscribed to him, Christian Adam G, and he basically like did the whole thing and just kind of like as a prank, just to like fool the internet and just to show us how gullible we are. Shit, even me, because like I believed it. But there was even like there was a model girl like saying that she like, oh, that was her in the picture, and that her and Travis are going out together, and then like he gave her a butterfly.
Because that's usually what happens.
A butterfly, whatchamacallit, a butterfly necklace. A necklace, yeah, or a butterfly charm.
That's usually how it happens. It's always like, oh, this rapper is cheating on his wife or his lady with a model, like an Instagram model. It's never like a regular model. It's always like an Instagram model. They always do that.
It has to be an Instagram model.
It has to be an Instagram model. That's the craziest thing.
No man could doubt the temptation of an Instagram model.
Yo, that Instagram model life is real though. It is real. But yeah, so they didn't get me because I didn't believe it. I saw it, and then because also Travis was responding to it very like aggressively too.
Oh yeah.
Travis was like not having it. So when I saw that, I was just like, someone who's innocent doesn't someone who is guilty doesn't go on Instagram like yelling like, you know, because then what happens if you really did cheat and you start claiming that you didn't, some more shit gonna come out on your dumb ass, so you gotta watch out. But so I didn't believe it.
That was funny. He was like the devil out here working hard. And
bruh, that's what I'm saying. And he knew it, cause he knew it. He knew it. He was just like, bro, it's not me. Like, and I get it, and I like that. And then something that I found out was that Kylie told him, like, if you cheat on me, like, that's it, we're done. Like, there's no second chances. There's no nothing. And I respect Kylie for that, because if a man cheats on me, I don't like that.
Hey, but the feed was crazy. Like, all the shit that they were saying, like, oh, is it really cheating because he's with a black girl or whatever, like that.
Oh my God, yes. No, someone said in the comment section, this ain't real. He only like white women.
Yeah. Like, this can't be true.
I was done. That shit was crazy. The comments are always the best. I always get lost in comments.
That reminds me of Offset's comment when he was like, oh, y'all won.
Oh my God.
Wasn't that kind of sad? It was like, damn, man. We didn't even we were rooting for you. Like, what do you mean?
I wasn't rooting for him. I mean, cause I don't know. Like, I feel like Offset is one of those dudes that like women just can't resist.
Yeah, like, what do you think about that? Like, women having kids or being with guys who like can't keep a woman or have a bunch of kids already, but they're still with, like.
That's a good question.
That might be the question of the week for next week for episode 46.
For episode shit, we can talk about it right now. I feel like that's something that I was thinking about, because Meek, listening to him and talking to him on the, you know, do his little interviews and all this shit, like, Meek looking kind of cute to me now. So I start to think, like, not that I start to think, but like, since I'm listening to him, like, listen to him talk and see how he's like, you know, he's so like, you know, he's smart, he talks, he's very well spoken, but he's a little hood too, you know, like that. Ladies, we're so confusing sometimes. Like, I want him to be smart and intellectual, but he also gotta be a little hood, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny. And so, but then I hear him like say, "Oh, my son," and I'm like,
wait, what?
Yeah, like, as soon as I hear my son, wait a minute, what happened with your son? Like, what about the mother? You know what I mean? Or like or like when they say baby mama, and it's like, cause if it's your lady, you say my lady, or you know, like, it's different. It's like, my lady, you're the mother of my child. Like, there's, at least rappers do that when it's their lady, cause it's like, you know, that's my wife, that's my this. So then when I hear that, I'm just like, oh my God. So then I think about Nicki. And having dated him, not having kids, and then him having a son, and like, you know, how that is. And then I was just thinking about that, and it's like, in this generation, I mean, it just happens. Like, there's gonna be mixed families, but I just feel like it just comes down to the woman, you know?
Yeah, well, like, I was watching, shout out to Drink Champs once again, man. Y'all the plug. Mm-hmm. So his beats, when he was on there, he was talking about, I forgot it. Co-parenting. I think his lady has a book with it, and then like how
it's called Alicia like Keys, Mixed Families or something.
Yeah. Alicia Keys helped write the book, or kind of just.
She wrote the foreword.
Yeah, they were part of the process, which was pretty cool. I mean, yeah, you're right. This is 2018. We're gonna see a lot of mixed families and stuff like that nowadays.
Yeah, but I also think that that's just very, like I said, I think it just depends on the woman, and I also think it depends on the man, because myself, I can see somebody with a kid, and to me, not that it's a turnoff, but it's kind of like, I would rather not.
You just really won't get invested, I guess.
Yeah, like I just couldn't, because then you also get invested in the kid, and then, like, not that what if it doesn't work out, it's just like, now you're kind of like in a relationship with two people.
Yeah.
because you're building a relationship with your boyfriend, and you're building a relationship with their child when the time comes, because it's not always automatically. And then there's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to meet the baby mama. The baby mama's not always gonna like you, or the baby daddy ain't always gonna like you. There's always going to be that, that drama. And like, it's crazy that we see that in the public, like, in entertainment and stuff like that, but that happens every day to people all the time. Like, where the baby daddy is like giving problems, or like, the mom is trying to date, and then the baby daddy is just like, oh, you out here hoeing, and what kind of example are you for your kids, and like, all of this stuff. And it's just like, bruh, like, I'm just trying to move on with my life. Like, like, we ain't together, that don't mean I'm dead, you know what I mean? So
Facts, yeah.
So it's just like, it's such a mixed thing. It's such a mixed thing, I feel. But with Offset, I feel like that's different. I feel like Offset just, I don't know if Cardi just saw like, oh, he's a great dad, so he's gonna be a great dad to my daughter or my child. I don't think it wasn't planned for her to get pregnant. I just think that Offset is very fertile and might have to keep it in his pants if he doesn't want to keep having kids. You know what I mean? But that also just shows a lack of respect to yourself on either a man or a woman, when there isn't that like cementation of like, like, I'm gonna be with you and I'm gonna have kids with you. And it's not like, because Offset has like 4 baby mamas, doesn't he?
I'm not sure how many kids.
I'm not here to judge, but that's a lot of baby mamas. That's a lot of kids you got to keep up with. That's a lot of, like, child support you got to be paying. No one team a dog's rapper. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's a lot. And then for Cardi to be just like, out here, like, just shining. And then, like, for her to have to go through that, like, it sucks. You know what I mean?
It's 3.
3? Yeah, I'll believe that. 3. And then one of them is also a rapper and, like, all that stuff. This shit just turned into something completely different. But you see what happens? Like, because Submission Our Podcast, you never know what could happen. You can never know what we're gonna talk about baby mamas, shit.
Open relationships,
getting back with an ex, all that shit, traveling alone and all that. So the Oscars is coming up, so pretty much award season is coming, and it's fastly approaching us. And so
shout out to this picture, though.
Kevin Hart was chosen to be the host for the Oscars this year. And so there was a lot of backlash, unfortunately, when it was announced that he was going to be the host for the show. Now, I found out about this because of my dad. Shout out to Player for letting me know about this, because I did not know about this. And it was pretty much that Kevin Hart was set to host the Oscars. I've never really watched the Oscars, so I don't think, even if he was hosting it, I don't think I would have watched it anyway. But it was pretty cool to know that, like, the Kevin Hart to do the Oscars. Later on, I found out that nobody really wants to host the Oscars, so that was pretty crazy. It's funny what you find out.
Like, no one wants that check.
Yeah, nobody wants it.
I'm good.
I'm good. Love and joy. And so,
and it's the holidays.
Pretty much what happened was, I guess, like, old tweets of his resurfaced, and like, there were I guess some like certain jokes that he made that offended some people. And so pretty much the Oscars gave him an ultimatum to either apologize or they find a new host. And so his thing was just kind of like, he was like gonna leave. He's just like, I'm not gonna do it. So he decided to not do it. He ended up apologizing anyway, but he said that he would rather not host it than to host it and there be some kind of like he wants the focus to be on the artists and the actors that win, the award, and not, him being the host and him having said the jokes that he had said. He's like, I've already apologized for everything that I have said and this and that. And then Nick Cannon went on Twitter and started like retweeting what most of the women that were saying it, that he was retweeting, were white.
That was a lot of W's.
Yeah. He was, he like retweeted them. and he retweeted what they were saying, and it was just like how some of them were derogatory towards the gay community, like they were using a certain word, and there was no backlash about that. And so, like, you know, Nick Cannon just starts pointing that out, like, how is it that, you know, people aren't mad at this, you know, that she says this. So Nick Cannon did his research out here for the culture.
Nick Cannon woke.
Nick Cannon was just like, hold up now, I too can play this game. So I appreciated that on Nick Cannon's part. But as far as like everything with Kevin Hart and him having to step down from being the host, I feel like that sucks. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, because I can only imagine like how he felt in that moment of being like getting the call and being like, yo, you're gonna host the Oscars, or yes, they said that you can do it. Or whatnot, and then having a joke that you said like 10 years ago, or tweets resurfaced that you said a couple of years ago that you've already apologized for. But from what I understand, people are saying that his apologies are like not good. Like,
oh, like historically?
Like, yeah, like historically his apologies aren't really apologies, because
I mean, he's a comedian. A lot of comedians are kind of like that.
I feel like to be quite honest with you, I just don't feel like that he has to apologize.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? Like, apologize for what? To who? Like, oh, I'd offended you? Like, I'm sorry. I didn't sit here and think about these jokes to offend you. Like, like, that's not what was going on in my thought process when I was making these jokes up. Understood that some of the jokes that he have said, like, yes, like, I can understand why somebody would take into offense of, like, you know, like, because one of the jokes that he was like getting, I guess, like messed up for it was the one that he says that he'll beat the gay out of his son.
Oh.
Yeah. So people, they don't like that, because for some people that was their there was the reality growing up.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like that just doesn't sit well with me, which I understand and I get it, but I also think that like for him, like, and at least in some communities, like even in the Latin community, like being gay is not really accepted. Like being gay, lesbian, you know, transgender, whichever, like it's not something that is just like, what? Like,
yeah, and even like in religious.
Yeah, and in religious households, like it's just something that like that it's that, yes, getting the gay beaten out of you is a reality for you, but it's also a reality that it's not accepted, you know, in some traditions, in some cultures, in some everything. Like, it's just something that's not accepted. And then I know that's why people are fighting so much for it, because they want that equality. Basically, which I agree with. To me, what I'm really just saying is that he shouldn't really have to apologize for, you know, speaking his truth too. You know what I mean? And maybe him saying that people are too sensitive is not really that much of an apology, but it's also like, yo, he's a comedian. Yeah. You know, like, he's a comedian. And
I guess the argument is like, there's other ways to be funny.
Yeah, that's definitely that's a great argument. But I feel like if like, let's say he made a living off of making jokes like this, then I feel like the outrage is like a little more like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, okay, like, you know, he's been making jokes like this for years. Like, this was 10 years ago that he made these jokes. Right. You know, like if
he was constantly on that.
Yeah, like if he was constantly on that tip, then I get it. Like, don't let him host the award show. But if this is like I don't think that he was gonna go on to the Oscars and, like, you know,
500 jokes and one of them 500
jokes and then one of them is like about that. Like, I doubt that's what he's going to be joking about on that night. You know what I mean? But I'm really happy that he stepped down and stood his ground, because one of the reasons why he did that was because he's just like, I'm not going to apologize for something that I've already apologized for. But then people are like, oh, but you didn't really apologize last time, and it's just like,
yeah, his apology wasn't
yeah, his apology. But then it's like, who's out here judging these apologies?
we got
an apology police out here.
Homies can't even apology, right? God, apologize, right?
Bruh, whatever apology he told his lady, though, that's the apology.
That's the one he got right. That's definitely one he got right.
That's the one because that's the one that matters to him.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, he's probably still apologizing to wifey. You know what I mean? Like,
Barbados, no.
Like, no, you're so mad at me. I ain't shit.
You want to go Turks and Caicos?
Like, exactly. Like, but like, and then that's just how I feel. I just think but that, like I said, I feel like that was just pretty cool that he decided to step down from it and then just kind of move on and kind of like let them shine with that. So besides the Oscars coming, the Grammys are coming as well. And so the Grammy nominations were announced yesterday. I got to see the list. That shit, first of all, is long as fuck.
And missing Burgundy.
They are missing Burgundy. Shout out to Hov's project that came out in April. Dope ass project. We should have put it in for submission.
You know what? That's what I didn't
That's
do.
what I meant. I don't think the email
Damn
went
it. Oh, God damn it.
That's when the internet wasn't working. Yeah. But the Grammys are definitely approaching us very fastly. Cardi was nominated for 5 Grammys, including Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Best Rap Album, Best Rap Performance, Best Pop Duo Group Performance. One of the songs that is nominated is I Like It. Be Careful is also nominated. The album Invasion of Privacy is nominated. The album is nominated 2 times. So that's pretty fucking dope. Shout out to Cardi for those 5 nominations. HER, also known as Her, was nominated for 5 Grammys as well. Shout out to the ladies. Janelle Monáe was nominated. Her was nominated for Album of the Year, Best New Artist, Best R&B Performance, Best R&B Song, Best R&B Album. Shout out to her. And amongst one of those, Daniel Caesar also appears to be in one of them. Toni Braxton was also nominated for 3 Grammys. Didn't know she had a project, but shout out to Toni Braxton. My dog got 3 Grammy nominations. Best R&B Performance, Best R&B Song, Best R&B Album, and also Chloe and Hailey, the artists that are signed to Beyonce.
Yeah.
They're nominated for 2.
Yeah, I heard their album. It was really good. Yeah,
that is so awesome. And I've always shared that I'm not neither Team Nicki nor Team Cardi, but I found something that I thought was pretty interesting, and it was that Nicki Minaj submitted 19 records for Grammy nominations and got 0.
Well, that was cold, Claudia. It even looked like you went slow motion. I thought something happened with you said that so. I don't have a horse in the race, but let me tell you about this.
The thing is when I saw that, I was like, 19.
Her album had 19 songs. You probably submitted her album.
I saw the list. I don't know how true this is, but I had to share it.
You don't know how true it is.
Because I thought it was hilarious. It said, Nicki Minaj submitted 19 records for Grammy nominations and got 0. And the 0 is all capital.
How's it all this? Is it bold too?
The shade is so real. So then it says Nicki Minaj's 2019 Grammy submissions: Queen, the album of the year / best rap album; Chun-Li, song of the year / best rap performance / video of the year; Barbie Dreams, record of the year / best rap song; Bed, best pop duo / group; Dark Side of the Moon, best R&B. She put Big Bang, which should have been nominated. Record of the year, song of the year, best rap performance, best rap song, Goodbye, best pop duo. Bro, and then she submitted Fifi, song of the year, record of the year, the way. She put a lot of songs.
I like how you kept on saying she. Like, she filled it out. She sent a little letter.
I mean, she has to have at least some say, you don't think?
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. Yeah,
I'm like, what gets said? I mean, I would at least hope
I never heard that though. I never heard. Oh yeah, buddy. Like comment try to get it into the Grammys.
I want to know who got that list.
Yeah, exactly. Like
who got this list and was like, I gotta share it.
In all caps.
But what's funny is that someone said. The Barbie gang when the Grammys come on, and then like it's a whole bunch of memes, like people turning off the TVs or like who's watching the Grammys, and there's like crickets and shit. Like, oh man, I ain't watching the Grammys though. Yeah. Black Panther was nominated for Kendrick Lamar actually came in the running for one of the most nominations, I think, for at least hip hop, coming in for one of the leading for the Black Panther's soundtrack, which I thought was dope, because y'all know how I felt about the album. I was talking about it for how many episodes? I probably talked about it like not too long ago, just because that album was so dope.
Y'all go watch that 1 through 15.
No. I think I asked everybody.
Yeah, the Black Panther album review 1 through 15 on the Ambition podcast.
No, and then because I talked about it again. When was it? When we talked about Creed came out, and like that soundtrack was coming out.
That soundtrack is dope. I actually heard that song with, what was it, LMA?
Yeah. Oh, that one's good.
Yeah, that one's really good.
But yeah, so the Grammys, that's what's up, that they nominated that album for Album of the Year, because I think that shit is dope. Hopefully they win a couple songs. I know that they won, where they got nominated for All of the Stars, which in my opinion wasn't the best song in the album, because the album was just dope, but I'm really happy that it got nominated, because it was like the song of the movie. So Beyonce, I just wanted to share this fun fact with you guys, is Beyonce now has 66 Grammy nominations, extending her lead as the most nominated woman in Grammy's history. Drop mic. Beychella. Yes. Beyonce. I feel like for Beyonce. Hey, hey. I love Beyonce, you guys, and I'm just so happy that that's how many Grammy nominations. That's a lot of damn Grammy nominations. Everything Is Love got nominated for a couple of Grammy noms. Everything Is Love was a bomb album.
Your friends, my friends.
I fuck with that album a lot. I'm having a really hard time with coming up with the albums of the year. Not the Grammy nominated ones. There's actually they do have a I wanted to share that with you guys. The best rap album, the albums that were I guess selected were Invasion of Privacy, Cardi B, Swimming, Mac Miller, Victory Lap, Nipsey Hussle, Daytona, Pusha T, Astroworld, Travis Scott. What you think about when you saw Daytona on that list?
That we're getting that award that night.
You think that Pusha's gonna take it from that list?
Yeah, man, we Grammy family.
I believe you, and I also see.
I can see Travis getting it though. The year he's having, it's like his year. Me and Milo were talking about that when we were on the phone. Just like how in his year is just like no one's touching him.
I agree with that. The one who I was a little surprised to see and very happy to see at the same time was a Nipsey one.
Oh yeah, that is really dope. Oh man, I didn't hear. So what, he got nominated? That's really cool.
Yeah, for best rap album.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a tough one. Out of those three, I mean, they got it right. Oh yeah, and then Cardi B and then Mac. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that mad about that.
That's a nice little list.
I'm not mad.
Yeah, because that Invasion of Privacy is dope. Yeah. There's only one woman in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not Nicki.
See, you want to talk about my shade, but I didn't even bring that up.
It's part of the episode. It was the topic of the episode. Barbs don't come from me. You
gotta keep the same energy. No, I tell my coworker this all the time. I'm like, listen, I have nothing against Nicki. I have nothing, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all love. I appreciate her. I love what she has done. But at the same time, like, I just feel like it's just Cardi's time. Cardi has my attention. Honestly, more than Nicki has ever had. Especially for some of the things that she has done, which I don't really agree with. But then again, you also have Cardi making songs with Nicki's ex-man. So there's that. So I just wanted to say, I need to share this story with you guys, because I thought this was hilarious. So I was in the car and I was listening to Major Look by Nas, and I don't know why I was just like, I'm gonna put this instrumental on. I just wanted to like freestyle.
Oh god.
You guys don't understand. I came up with nothing. I came up with like 2 bars, like about women empowerment. Because I was just like, all right, I'm going to give myself one thing to talk about, and I'm a freestyle. I couldn't get past the second bar. And then I just started talking nonsense. And I was just like, this is why I have my own podcast and not a rapper, because I couldn't come up with shit. So I commend you rappers that freestyle. I am thankful that you freestyle, so I don't have to.
Salute.
And shout out to the ones that are writing, that are doing all that stuff, because to put all those lines together and those lyrics and those bars, all that shit, like I see Hav, Spitz, CAB, Late. I've seen all these boys do it, and I commend you guys so much for doing that, because Lord, that freestyle was horrible. I swear, I had at least like one good bar. I promise. Like, it was probably 2. And so I just wanted to say thank you. I feel so blessed. This past week I talked about that on my Instagram, about how last year was just very crazy for me, and now I'm just super blessed with a lot of new and amazing things in my life. My life is going into a direction that I'm very grateful for. God is good. And if it wasn't for me letting go of everything that was holding me back, I wouldn't be here with you guys celebrating episode 45 of the Ambition Hour podcast. I wouldn't be thinking each and every single day, what is it that I can talk to my my audience, and you guys are my family. What else can I talk to them about? I started with doing this because I felt like this was an opportunity for me to kind of like share my experiences, but then also share like the artists that have come on the show, the DJs that have come on the show, their experiences and what they can teach the audience, you guys. But then in turn, I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about life. I've learned so much about just being in the public eye like this, how different it is, and then just being on YouTube and trying to remain my authentic self while balancing a work life, and just becoming the best version of myself. And I honestly, truly feel that if it wasn't me pursuing this, I really wouldn't be the strong, powerful woman that you guys see today. One that still fucks up when she's talking sometimes, who gets too excited sometimes, who drops the mic sometimes. That has happened to me more. We should do like an Ambition Hour podcast, like bloopers reel, because there are a couple of them and they are legendary. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has tuned into an episode, who has reached out to me, who has come on the show, who has let me interview them, and who has let me ask them some like silly questions, some serious questions. Everybody who has believed in it, everybody who hasn't. I want to thank my parents. I want to thank Hav, Spitz, CAB, Layback Sosa, everybody from Worth the Wait Records, everybody who just supports us. Shout out to Complex, Dino, fucking One Way, Trees, Hot Wheels, John Fifth, Hav, Boss Made Records with the Z, fucking Ace, everybody, like Dookie. I keep thinking like I was just like Dookie, DJ EFN for being on here, Baby Girl Blur, everybody that's been my little cousins Lisette and Ezequiel. It was Lisette's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, cuz. And just everybody that's come on the show. DJ Killer K. Fuck. This is crazy. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode. And 45th time in a row, it's your girl AuDii 3000, and I am
you.